decide for yourself. Standing next to Chuck Schumer, and Hakeem is in a Mexican hat. Now, why a Mexican hat? It's because this is all over the government shutdown fight that's happening. And the Republican argument is that the Democrats want to shut down the government because they're insisting on health care for illegals. Okay, so that's the point he's trying to make. And no, Trump's not trying. Trump himself is not like making the memes, and he's not putting together the videos and the AI voice generation stuff. He's not doing it. But he sure reposted it. And I don't know how many millions of hits this thing has gotten so far, but it's in the millions. I don't know how many reposts. It's in the millions off his Truth Social account. And then people got a hold of it and they put it on X. It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram now. So, yeah, it's making an impact. But we'll get the response to that as well. But apparently, the Democrats don't like being called names now, which I thought was interesting. Which may be the end of them calling everybody that voted for Trump a Nazi. Because what they did is they turned it around. They started calling them fascists. Well, they're pushing back against this now. So maybe that term's going away. I don't know. We'll find out. And just to wrap it up and to lighten it up a little bit now, we have another sports Karen taking a memorabilia item away from a kid at a game. Is this like a growing trend, or has this always been going on and now we're just catching it on video? I don't know. We'll find out. But let's get right to it. Let's find out what's going on here. All right. All right. Yeah, true. All right. Full disclosure, I thought this was hilarious. But for posturing purposes, let's just play the original video now that's gotten so many millions of hits and so much attention. And if you're just joining us now, why is in the clip, why is Hakeem Jeffries in a Mexican hat? And why is the AI generation voiceover for Chucky Schumer, why is it talking about all the other stuff that the Democrats are being accused of? It's to make a point, obviously. The master troll job. And again, Trump didn't come up with this. He didn't create the meme, but he sure reposted it. But this was, laugh if you want. That's up for you to decide. This is what's causing all the controversy.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote.
Okay. Oh, my God. Even the Mexican music, I forgot about that. The mariachi music. All right. Again, this is for you to decide. You may hate that. You may think there's no place in politics or anything, society, for that. Maybe that's your choice. I don't know. But again, all I'm saying is the one thing that's undeniable is that that's effective. Undeniably effective. But you're asking why? What was the point of that? Why does he do that kind of stuff? Why does Trump repost that thing and get millions and millions of views on it? Here's why. Because the whole idea of the government shutdown, right? It goes, I'm with you. I hear budgets and talk and numbers, and I don't understand it. I don't know. Just tell me what happens when the news cycle's over. That's how most of us think, right? That's how most people look at this whole thing. It's complicated by design, budget talks and shutdowns. It's over most of our heads. We're too busy to look into it that much. But this meme gets out there and people get to talking, right? And they ask what? They ask the question we just talked. Why in the meme, in the little video, is Hakeem Jeffries in a Mexican hat? And why is the AI voiceover thing talking about Chuck Schumer helping out illegals? And then people start asking the questions. Normal people that, they're concerned about this stuff, but they don't have the time to look into it too much. Because of the meme, they look this up on their own, or they hear other people talking, and they say, oh, that's what Trump's trying to get at. He's trying to make the point that the Democrats want to shut down the government because they're insisting on health care for illegals. That's the point of the meme. Okay, now, without the meme, would anybody understand that? No, probably not. That's why he's the master troller, and that's why he does this. And you don't have to like. That's up for you to decide. You don't have to like it. I don't have to like it either. But I'm just telling you, it's undeniable how effective that is in the way that he does it. And again, he didn't even create the meme, but he reposted it, and he's got a giant platform, and then everybody else got a hold of it. That's why it's so effective. But, all right, let's see the response now, because when something nasty comes out like that, you always get a chance to respond, right? So Hakeem Jeffries, Chucky Schumer, they all get a chance to go on their favorite partners in the media, and that's exactly what they are, and explain themselves and come out. And really, if you get the last word, you should be able to win this argument, right? Not this way, because they still don't get it. They still don't understand why this is so effective. But just this morning, this is like an hour ago in real time as we're doing the live stream, Here's Hakeem Jeffries and his response to the nasty.
Could you give us your reaction to that Trump posted video tonight?
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault.
Not the best response, because you could have come up with something so much stronger, right? But it was the same lines. Bigotry will get you nowhere. We're going to continue to fight for the American people. Now, here's what's fascinating. Now people hear that response. Supposedly the last word from Hakeem Jeffries, the guy who was made fun of in the video with the Mexican sombrero, right? And what did he say? We're going to continue to fight for health care for the American people. Well, hold on a second. The meme just told everybody, just educated the American people that you're fighting for health care for illegals as well. Look at the polls and we know how unpopular that is. By speaking out, he lost again. And I'm telling you, again, I can't say it enough. You don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with it. Your neighbor, your mom, your wife doesn't have to agree with it. They may think Trump's nasty by posting this kind of stuff. I'm just saying it's undeniably effective because now they're winning the battle by this simple, 25-second little video meme mocking Hakeem Jeffries and Chucky Schumer. He just won the narrative on this government shutdown thing because he just educated everybody on what it's all about. They want health care for illegals. That's how you win. That's why he's the master troller. So if you ever ask the question, why does Trump have to be so nasty with this stuff? That's why. That's why he does all the name calling. That's why he does all the persuasive stuff. That's why you may not like it, but nobody does it better. He's the best shit talker we've ever had in that job. But hey, speaking of name calling, hold on, something changed now. Remember when everybody that voted for Trump was being called a racist? You don't really hear that too much anymore. You really don't. Why is that? Because the power went out of the name. They overused it so much, and it was so out of place and so over the top and ridiculous. Normal people who were being called racist started to laugh at it. It's like, right? I know I'm not a racist, so you saying that is just ridiculous. So they stopped using it. Isn't that amazing? So what did they move on to? When they stopped calling everybody that didn't vote their way, all the media outlets started to call everybody what? Now you're a fascist. Why is it you hear fascist everywhere? Because they ran out of power with racist. But all of a sudden, the Trump administration started to turn this around. And this is another persuasive tactic, I guess. They started to turn around and call the Democrat policies fascist. Well, they didn't like that too much. So maybe finally that word is going away. I don't know. But here's Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, the big guy. Chicago, his big city. You've got federal troops coming in now, like we said yesterday, to rescue trapped Americans out of dangerous cities. Well, he doesn't like being called that now. Isn't that interesting? Here's what he said.
The Trump administration's effort to label as dangerous free speech critical of him. White House senior staff calling the Democratic Party fascist. The Trump-appointed FCC.
Okay. They can use it. They can call everybody else, but they don't like that fascist because he went on to say he was babbling on and on and on that's all divisive and that's set to create fear. But what when they used it though? What about when they used it? Like, I don't know. Let's go back to April. Same guy when he was on MSNBC, using the same language, but he didn't like it when it's turned against him.
The dangers that we saw in Nazi Germany are the dangers that we need to react to now. It's a 5-alarm fire, everyone. It's time to step out of your comfort.
Didn't mind saying this administration is like Nazi Germany then. 5-alarm fire, everybody. No, that's not set to create panic at all. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So maybe the benefit out of this, maybe the good news is they're going to stop using the fascist word now that it's being used against them. I hope anyway. And they'll be on to the next insult. And if you're ever called that out of bounds, some ridiculous insult, you just laugh at it. Take the power away, like you take the power, because they'll always overuse it. So not even anything worth worrying about. It's amazing though. It's amazing how this narrative works. All right, just to lighten it up, kind of. I don't know if it's a lighter story, but it's fascinating how often this happens. We got another sports Karen taking a memorabilia item away from a kid. Remember, it was Phillies Karen like a month ago. Was it about a month ago, I think? And then before that, we had some other Karen at a Dodgers game, I think it was. Remember when you had people stealing like home run balls or foul balls at a ball game or maybe a football at a college football game away from a little kid. It was always some big dude who wanted to sell it on the aftermarket, put it on eBay back in the day. Remember that was always the case? It's like this rash of like sports Karens doing it now, like middle-aged moms, wives doing this. Like, we see it all the time now. We've got another one to talk about, and this was at a Giants-Chiefs game. Is this like a new thing, or has this always been? Have they always been the worst perpetrators, and we're just catching them now on video? I don't know, but this was not this past recent weekend, not week 4 in the NFL, going back last weekend to week 3. This is the Chiefs at MetLife Stadium to play the Giants. After the game, Pat Mahomes is running towards the tunnel, and there's a little kid in a Chiefs jersey, relevant to the story, he's in a Chiefs jersey at a Giants home game as they're playing them, so that's brave. You know, he's there with the family, and his family is videotaping it right there, and he's calling for Pat Mahomes, you know, trying to get his attention. Mahomes, being a cool dude, he takes off his game-worn headband, kind of sweaty, a little gross, and he gives it to the kid. Here's the problem. Giants Karen literally snatches it out of his hand. And then later on, as you'll see, actually brags about it, which is kind of fascinating. Here's the moment it actually happened.
Yo, she just stole that from me.
The kid literally says, "You just stole that from me." It's caught on camera. It's obvious as hell. I think what happened was, now we're going to see the villain in our story here, the Giants Karen. She's in the tunnel. She's still in the stadium. So I think she was probably already getting called out for this. She's some sort of a TikToker. I don't know, whatever it is, which shouldn't surprise anybody. She's walking out and is trying to explain herself, and it comes across as bragging that she got the Mahomes headband. There's another piece of the story, but this is her. If you steal an item from a kid at a game, don't brag about it. But that's what this looked
I
like.
got Pat Mahomes' game-wearing headband. But he came to her. It's his headband. I went and I waited for him. Came straight to her.
It didn't come straight to you. It came to the kids in the Chiefs jersey. That's, of course, who was handed it to. It's like so obvious to all. Now, something happened after that in the week that's passed since, and she obviously has gotten hammered online because it's no more. Even with remember with the Phillies, Karen, who took the ball, was bouncing around, and she grabbed it away from the general vicinity of the kid. You know, there was some controversy over that. It's like, well, was it hers? Was it the kids? Was it not? There's not even a debate that she snatched this literally out of this kid's hand. There's not even a debate. And I think people, probably thousands of people, pointed this out to her over the week. So now she's trying to do some kind of apology. I don't have the video on this or the sound, but apparently she went on TikTok and she said, even though I thought it was mine, I need TikTok's help to find the kid to get this. Listen, kid, don't even bother, because, you know, just let her go away or whatever. What's I think probably going to happen is the Chiefs PR team, their media team, is going to hear about this, and he'll probably get some kind of item from the Chiefs. I would imagine. That's not sweaty, not game worn, but still, you know, they're probably willing to help the kid out. But man, if you're going to do something like that, you know you're going to get caught. If not on the kid's family's own cell phone video, some other video or something in the camera from the crowd. The crowd will get you. And don't go on and post a video in the stadium still and bragging about it that you took it from the kid. Oh, boy. Anyway, it seems to be a rash of that now. Or is it just that we catch them on camera? Could be either way. I don't know. All right. Later on today, you're going to see this. And this is how you handle these people now complaining about Trump being nasty. And maybe they have a point. Oh, did you see that video he posted? It was just absolutely terrible. Putting Hakeem Jeffries in a Mexican sombrero and doing a voiceover at Chucky Schumer. You can even, if you want to engage in that conversation, you can. But know yourself, and you can even tell yourself, say, oh, you know, I will tell you something, though. It may be nasty, but it's pretty effective. That's why he does that. All right, I got to get out of here. You do too. I'm out of material. But I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much, by the way. I forgot to mention this for the downloads and the subscribes on the audio podcast for Wicked Radio. Lots of those going up, so thank you, audio people. I love you. Also lives on as a replay post on X and YouTube and Facebook, and there's clips all over the place, too. I'll post on there. Yeah, including even on TikTok. I don't recommend it, but it's out there. We've got to get that algorithm cleaned up, too. Thanks for finding me, making a wicked awesome Tuesday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.